Today I wanted to talk about adherence and something I found really useful just now in the moment, and something that came up during a vlog series I was trying to put together when I was abroad in Bali, and it's the power of a booking. So I just want to talk about here something I can struggle with sometimes due to different reasons. So maybe because I'm tired, or maybe because I'm just overthinking the amount of ideas and options I have in my head. But I just have trouble getting somewhere and getting started, getting out of the house, getting to the place I need to be to do my practice in health and wellness, fitness, etc. So the thing I was struggling with today was just options. I have so many options at the moment because I'm trying to use some bookings on ClassPass and check out some new places. None of them are that close, and the closest one I'm a member of anyways. And obviously the timing of classes to fit what I need. So there's a reasonably close place I want to use for yoga, but the timing of yoga classes around the timing of when I want to get into a sort of relaxed state for yoga mode don't always align. And the thing I found really useful when I was in Bali and here, just to get out of that funk of just sitting in your thoughts, is booking something or having something organized. So prior to leaving for my 3-month trip away, something I was doing here, and I only did it once or twice, which was starting to get involved in paddle. I'm not the greatest fan of paddle, but I like the social and community aspect of it, and a new place that just opened up in Wembley where I was doing some personal training. So I arranged a game, I went to a few social sessions, and the power of having a booking just took out the aspect of thinking about what I'm going to do, thinking about whether I'm going to go or not, thinking about what I'm going to train, and actually got me thinking about how do I make it there. So I remember having to plan the journey when I was going to paddle, jump in the car, make sure I wasn't stuck in traffic, and my thoughts were just in a different place of how do I get there, not what am I going to do, where am I going to go, what option. And similarly, when I was in Bali this year, I didn't actually sign up to membership for a gym, whereas I did the previous year when I was there for a few months. And the previous year I had to decide, because the place I signed up was really good, they offered a huge number of classes and was quite specialist. Then I would have to decide, like, what class am I going to, what do I want to work on today, etc., which of course is not a bad thing, and I think we do need to go through that process at some point, but maybe in one big step in the planning stage, and then you follow that, so you're not constantly, every time you're trying to get a workout in or go to the gym, revisiting the same thoughts. That's the power of having a plan. You sit down, you think about what things do I want to optimize, what things do I want to work on the next 6 weeks, you plan it, and then you execute it, and then you make a few adjustments along the way if you need to, but you're not rethinking the whole thing every time you need to get up and do and go for exercise. So in Bali the second term, so recently when I just came back, I was using ClassPass, and the main reason I was using it was, for some reason it worked out cheaper than buying a daily or a 3-day or a week pass at the gym I was using, to actually just use ClassPass every time I went. And the thing I found was adherence. I had to book a particular time slot, and obviously there's a penalty for not getting there on the ClassPass app or not being marked as checked in, which is on top of your booking fee being lost. You get charged a cancellation fee. So again, similarly to just now, I've been thinking about getting on a squash court since I've been back in the UK. And right now I was deliberating this morning, should I go to Chelsea to do a workout in this other gym I've been trying out? Should I go to my local gym? What will I even do at my local gym? Because I was there yesterday and my workout hasn't been planned. I'm in this weird sort of phase at the moment where I need to plan the next phase of workouts, and my last phase has ended, and I haven't got there yet. So it means I am thinking about and getting a bit more decision fatigue than normal. So I actually checked availability. I was about to book a court, and then I just started getting ready, and then I went to book the court I wanted, which was in 30-40 minutes, and it had gone. And I remember feeling like a sense of loss, even though like 10 minutes before I was undecided. So sometimes just having that, not having the option anymore, kind of makes you want to do that activity anyway. It's like that loss aversion thing. And that made me check if another court was available at the same time, and there was, and I booked it straight away. And then my mindset just shifted immediately from what am I doing this morning, planning my day, trying to figure out how many workouts I'll do, if I'll do a multiple workout, just to jumping in the car, getting my kit together, and thinking, all right, I'm on my way to the squash court, and I'm going to do workouts that I'm kind of used to. That's one positive thing, or one thing I have going for me, is I can just arrive at a venue and I have, squash I grew up playing. I have a whole bunch of things I can do without thinking too much. So that's it, the power of a booking. In Bali it was the same thing. Like I said, every time I had to book a particular time slot, which meant I turned up, I stopped thinking. On the grey days where you kind of want to talk yourself out of it, you can't if you have a booking in place. And then even worse, if you're going to get charged a cancellation fee, it's not just a case of the losing just the booking. And on a few occasions in Bali, in all honesty, it was so useful because it was pouring. I was in Bali during wet season, so occasionally it could rain, and an easy excuse for me not to go to the gym and carry on and do my workout. And on those days I just ended up getting used to being in a wet climate. I put on my big poncho, my waterproof, jumped on my moped, and I was at the gym. And when I got there, I couldn't have been more grateful. And I have to say, in this particular moment, I'm finding it really useful to get down to this squash court. And you don't end up then feeding into the health and wellness fitness system where they kind of value you greatly because you're one of those people that pays for usage. And that's how the gym model historically has worked, at least. And that's why I think actually in the UK right now, we're experiencing a lot of class-based culture, and it feels expensive because you're paying per class, and it probably is quite expensive in all honesty. I think they should be cheaper, but there is a happy in between. And the reason it feels expensive is because you're paying for every single class that you're going to utilize, right? So you're going to be there as an active participant of that class, and that differs from the gym model previously that was pay for a monthly pass and then use it when you feel like. If you use it a lot, it works out so well, right? For per usage, it works out really cost effective. But there's so many people there that just don't ever turn up to the gym or use it less frequently, and it's nice to have in the background, but they don't turn up and use it. So yeah, anyways, what I'm trying to say is don't be that gym member that pays for the gym membership and never uses it. Maybe try bookings. Try, and if not class pass, because I don't think that's the ideal thing, because you have to actively find something you want to do and book it. And there's a point where you can decide not to book it, and you can book up until sometimes an hour before. So it means that you're not fully committed, or you have that plan in place, unless you're booking them on ClassPass a week in advance. And that, in all honesty, that's not me. So maybe joining a social club or having something like that in your diary that you really enjoy. And the enjoyment factor is a big one. You're not going to turn up to something again and again you don't enjoy. And for me, that's actually looking into a squash club. And I am also looking into potentially joining something more athletic that I have always been interested in pursuing. So look, try and find something that you're committed to, perhaps has a community aspect, because I think that's going to make it 5-10 times more powerful, not just for you to turn up, but to be motivated for you to turn up, for you when the weather's not good, you're not focusing too much on that anyways, and you're focusing on turning up and just meeting people, and the community aspect and the high and the kind of reward you get from being involved with such things. So there you go, booking system, finding a way to keep accountable to some sort of activity. I'm going to leave this one there because I'm sort of lost on the way to the squash court. Alright, catch you later. Bye.